Yes, I'm back. I'm back. I just finished up with Sess Talk Sports. Check ball, we up. Thank you for joining. You are in the cave with Everybody Loves Juju 1 2. If this is your first time joining my live, please hit that like, subscribe, and follow button and notification buttons for more of my content. I'm going live because every Monday I look forward to the AP top 25. Let me change my hat for a second. Put my USC hat on. That's my hat from Sets Talk Sports. But I'm a little biased because I am a UCA USC Trojan fan. I like a lot of teams though. I mean, I like you know Carolina. Um, I'm a West Coast person, so I look at Stanford, Cal, UCLA. But I always kind of you know even in NBA as a child, I've always been all right. I'm in the cave now. Who broke out? Yeah, we kind of touched on it a little bit on Set Talk Sports early on. Check ball, we up, but because we got a late start, I like to like really it to be a surprise when we come here to my channel on Everybody Loves Juju 1 2. Hit that like and subscribe button, please. Hit the notification button. What's up, Miss D? We talked a little bit earlier. We ran through the top 25 real quick, but now I want to get in depth and hear from you guys about what you think of the rankings. So for feel free to comment at will. C7 in the chat, hit the like button. I'm gonna wait as everybody kind of starts hopefully to pile in and come on over. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. I know you just saw me. Don't get tired of me. A few minutes ago on Set Stock Sport, but I love the AP 2025 rankings. Um, don't always agree, but you know, um, it is what it is. Seth broke down, the net rankings and explained, and I looked up what net rankings mean, and it has a lot to do with March Madness. What's up, Washu? You're welcome here. Come in here, everybody. Click that like button, hit that notification, bring a friend next time. If you are in California, I'll do a giveaway for y'all if y'all want to attend some of the game. I have season tickets. I have great seats. Um, I'll do a giveaway. I do a trivia question or whatever the case, whatever I think of. Um, or I'll do like maybe something I've talked about, something that I've said. Um, I don't know. Just tell me what you guys think. Um, and I'll mention it again for anyone else that isn't here. But yeah, as you can see, my favorite team is USC. My favorite team is player is Juju Watkins. I got a lot of favorite players. I got a lot of teams that I do watch and I do like, and I just love sports and I just love basketball. I'm a former basketball player myself, but I'm not only am I a former basketball player, I'm also All American in track. Um, but my day has passed. But I love to see what these girls are doing. Um, what we as pioneers of the sport early on after post Title IX have created for these young women to ball up. So uh Miss D said, "Hey, Washu." Miss D said, "You're not going to troll, are you? You're not going to troll, are you, Washu?" Nature said USC should be ahead of LSU. I like your pick with Lil Juju. Yeah, man, I met Lil Juju. I met her after she scored 51 and she had a game. It was their weekend of playing Stanford and playing Cal Berkeley. Um, After the game, on the way to the bus, on the way to my car. And so Juju, the street saying Tebow was a bad transfer and that we needed an on-ball playmaker. Yeah, we did, but we didn't get one. Tebow, Tebow, you know what I appreciate about Tebow is like her physicality. Um, she's not a a true point guard, but sometimes you got to build for the future. And I think with Kaylee Heckle, Malia Samuels, we're gonna give them a shot and build, on that guard spot with you. But we also got Kennedy Smith on the wing. I'm curious as to what coach is gonna do eventually when Kennedy Smith comes back because Tebow slid over to like a wing spot. She's trying to get Avery Howe to hit that three consistently, which would open up open up for Rhea Marshall and Kiki inside, as well as Ju to get some of the heat off of her. And I've said it many, 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 many times before. I haven't seen any player double teamed and triple team as much as I do with Juju. So that needs to send a little signal off to the offense of USC to get open, set some screens, be ready for the pass, because Ju doesn't just force it all the time this year. She's trying to get in, get the foul, draw the foul, but also she wants to dish down to Rhea this year. I noticed Rhea is starting to catch and score, and we need Kiki to do the same. Um, yeah, so you think LSU shouldn't? Let's talk about that. Hannah runs the 100 meters. Yeah, I heard about that. I noticed that she ran track when she was younger, probably shorter at the time. I ran 100 meters. I'm pretty fast in 100 meters. Uh, not I'm pretty I was pretty decent. I hit it like 11.7 hand time. What Washu? Hey Miss D, what you think about Notre Dame versus UConn? Notre Dame and UConn going down to the wire in overtime, as D said. Big Will, yo! Uh, I stay down for LSU and the real USC, Miss D. I appreciate that. And it's been a long time since the women of Troy have been to the Elite Eight or Final Four. It really has. I think the last time we've probably been to Elite Eight, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't as long as it was since we had our back-to-back championship. A little information for you. Um, what a generational talent looks like. One thing that that makes Juju special, comparing to Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Miller had two Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers around her in Pam McGee and Cynthia Cooper. She didn't do that by herself. She didn't do what she did before. What made her different at 6'3" is that we never seen a 6'3" forward do the things that she was doing on defense and on offense, and with how she handled the ball in the fast breaks. And but I think the real talent, generational talent, was Candace Parker, who Juju looks up to. Candace can go left, Candace can go right. She dunked like several times, went to Stores Arena at UConn and dunked on them, dunked on Army in a tournament. I mean, she got tournament dunks. I mean, that girl, I met Candace about 3 different times in LA. So it's just, her skill set is just crazy. Um, right, Juju, try to get her teammates involved the way they have been ready to go. Yeah, I mean, she gets them involved, Miss D, but they got to put the ball in the basket. They start off with the ball, like, and it comes back to them. They swing the ball really well. They got to hit the shots, and I've seen them do it. They can do it, but they got to do it consistently. I like the way that they have pretty USC Trojans have balanced scoring. It's not just Juju scoring. When I look at the box, all the starters, everybody scored on the team except for one player, Kaylee Heckle, who played only 10 minutes against Oregon. And I think I see why. She was like playing like a freshman, so on and so forth. I think Juju already took USC's to the Elite Eight. Absolutely, against UConn. You're absolutely right. I'll be right back. I apologize, you guys. Hold on. All right, my apologies, guys. You know, I got a mother that I'm looking after. Thank you for staying with me. She was playing better ball last year. Gosh darn it, I'm not sure what I missed. Nature, I'm not sure you answered, Washu. That was Prime Tennessee. The last time they lived up to their name. Now UConn on the drought. Washu said, Miss D, I think Sarah or Hildad will decide the game. B Will, what's up? I think UConn blows their doors off. All their players show up healthy. Man, we'll talk. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. My thoughts. UConn, Notre Dame is going to depend on, and I'm mad at Notre Dame, but I'll say this: it's going to depend on how they stop Sarah, and I think they Sarah's such a good shooter on the outside. I want to see if she's going to go inside and challenge Koval, or if she's going to challenge. You got Citron, you got Presser, you got Latu King. So let's move on out to the outside. You got Chen at the guard, and you got Paige. And one thing about Paige was trying to get in there. She didn't do a floater, but she tried to get in there like Jew and drive the other day and got banged to the ground. One of the things about Paige, and I love Paige Beckers, but when I compare them, those two, and I compare them because I think they're the two front runners for National Player of the Year. Yes, she's very efficient and things like that, but I need to see UConn play a ranked team. I need to see UConn play a team that can challenge them for that second spot, because I don't believe in them that way. If they come out beating Notre Dame, that still doesn't convince me. They need to play a team like UCLA or Carolina for me to believe, or LSU even, for me to believe that they are who they are. So blowing the doors off, I don't know if anybody's going to blow the doors off of one another. Um, with AZ being delicate as she is, I don't think Paige can take a double team. I haven't seen Paige get doubled like Jew. So that's why I think she's more of the player of the year. I think the Tennessee coach must have had resources. She went and got some ballers to put her team together. She sure did. I don't think Notre Dame has enough interior experience to beat UConn. Okay, okay, political. Tell me more about that. Yeah, Lady Vows look exciting to watch. And I think you guys with Tennessee pulled out that press. I'm a believer in press. I am, you know, and I might be taking it back to high school, but the players I played with in high school, they weren't like future college players. Maybe one of them, really just one of them. I believe in the press. I believe in picking up full court. I believe in defense turning into offense the way Tennessee did Iowa. I that's my style. I don't think okay, yeah, Lady Val's looking exciting to watch. Yeah, Talia Cooper's no joke, and the rest of them too. And they got interior players too, and they're scrappy. Washu, yeah, all the other Iowa players are playing way better. It's just her not playing as well. Who's her? Lucy Olson or Hannah Stokey? Um, and I like Lucy Olson. Okay, I got 20 in my chat. Please hit that like and subscribe and notification button. I really appreciate you coming over and joining me. Notre Dame have to get their big three, Hannah, Olivia, and Sonia, um, to do what they did, with their double double. And a lot of times we, Ms. D, we look for, and this is what's special about South Carolina, in my opinion, is that you look for you say that it's got to be Hannah, it's got to be Olivia, it's got to be Sonia Citron, but when you have a coach as good as Gino, you scheme and you plan for to stop them or contain them. So it's really like, to me, um in big games, the stars come out with the complementary players and role players. Take Tennessee, for instance. Although they gave the most valuable player to Camila Cardosa, I think it was Tessa Johnson that impacted the game to the point where she was the most important player. I think at the WNBA level, I think the most important player was Nair Sabali, And and I always forget to give credit to the other one that impacted the win for New York. So it's like it's not going to be always your stars that impact the game, and change the momentum of a game to win the game. It's usually got to be like your somebody come off that bench that can win that game. 19 points by Tessa Johnson last year to me was a big difference. I'm still of the impression that Paige is the best player in the college right now until proven otherwise. Juju, Big Four Raven Hidalgo cannot challenge her for this yet, but clearly Juju makes a pass. So tell me more, Washi, why you think um, Paige, is it her efficiency? Um, because I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. For me, um, and I don't know that sports writers. First of all, Jew was second behind Caitlin Clark. If it hadn't been no Caitlin Clark last year, what she did her freshman year, she would have been player of the year. Even though her team didn't beat UConn, and I'll tell you about what I think that was the reason for last year. I think that she's in the running this year even more so because maybe she averaged 27.1 or 5 last year. She's averaging around 25 points this year. I think that Drew's other categories, she went down just one in rebounding, but her other categories of blocking, steals, and assists have gone up. And her defense, she's a two-way player. She's a two-way defender. She's a two-way player, an offensive player, and she affects the game in all aspects of that. And I think for me, as for when it comes to basketball, because and I'm a little biased because I played two ways too. Being a defensive player and an offensive player, whether she's getting burned on the back door or not, that's neither here nor there. The how she fills the stat box makes a difference, and her percentages are going up in those categories. Not as clean as high as that 9 for 11. She was 82%. Obviously, don't want to do that. She's made 16 30-point games in the last 2 years. She's got to 1,000 points quicker than Paige. Like I don't know what else you need for her other than to like get to the Final Four or get to the championship. Nature Riddle, you focusing on the wrong optics. Stats prove Soki is better now. Her field goal and free throw percentage is way up compared to last year. This is a different system. The MOP is not just one game; it's over 6 games, and I think Camilla was more. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I said she probably is the most important player. Camilla deserved it for sure. I agree. Misty will be close to. I hate TBH. I don't know what that means. Notre Dame versus UConn. Washu haven't compared her stats from last year to this year, but she does not pass my eye test from this year as opposed to last year. You think Nature? You think Stokey was better last year than this year? I have to look at that. Yes, it will be Washu. Juju, political ill. A 3-level scorer, rebounder, defender is a triple threat. She's a triple threat. She's a clear triple threat. And she needed to improve on her threes. So she brought it out and showed you that she did. I think she was, working on other things. It's like as time goes on and they understood, like Malia Samuels understands it because she played with her, where you need to give her the ball as she's coming to. Like it's not like bringing the ball up, have her stand still, pass the ball around. She likes to catch it in transition and begin the offense like that. Like get her the ball as she's moving. Political Lil Hannah and Citron switching on her at strong. I think Hannah's going to come around and try to disrupt Sarah, but it won't work because Sarah is going to keep the ball high, keep it moving, and so on and so forth. And she shoots the ball at the top of her head. I don't know that Hannah can come around. I think I'll tell you something about I'll tell you about my player Juju. One thing that they're starting to do a little more is put taller players on her, because if you put a little short player like Hannah on her, or anybody 5'6", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", that's a she's gonna score over top. But I like the way that they covering her with top players like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", or mainly probably 6'1", 6'2", that they're covering her and making it a little bit more difficult. Nature said, everybody talks Juju hoops. What do you think about Juju shooting from her three-point form? I think it improved. I think she's finding it. I think she shot If you go back to Oregon, she showed you her range. I've been watching Juju since high school. A 3-pointer has never been a problem. Her range has never been a problem. And Juju had a broken finger earlier this summer, throughout the summer. So what you saw kind of like was her getting back into her rhythm, getting back into the flow of finding that shot. Like, just because, I mean, I'm a shooting guard, so I know. So just because I shot the lights out the year before, when the new season starts, it takes a minute to get that going again in real game time, with defenders flying at you, or maybe just finding that shot, unless that was just all I was going to focus on shooting all summer long. So I think she's I mean, you can look at her percentage. I think the percentage finally went up. I think with Fresno, she's gonna go off because she fouled out and only had like 23, I think 21 or 23. I apologize, I don't know. And to get back to the scoring leader, she's gonna go off against Fresno State, and then they're gonna play Elon. A little trivia for you: the coach for the coach for the coach for the coach for Elon, which is a great academic school, is Charlotte Smith. What team did that coach play for and win a championship for? And she also is one of the few players that has dunked in a game. Without looking it up, see if anybody can get that. Politically, the only two-way player to give Juju comp is Hannah, in my view. Nah, I wouldn't think Hannah. Comp how? Like, and what they do, like what they do in terms of what they do? Or did you think that because guarding her? Like, what does that mean? Stranger things have happened. Tar Heels, North Carolina. FM, got it. You got it, FM. You heard me. Charlotte Smith was played for North Carolina. And another thing, FM, since you know a lot about Charlotte Smith, who's Charlotte Smith related to, that male that played in the NBA? Hit the like button before you leave. If you coming in and you coming out, it's your first time here. This is In the Cave with Everybody Loves Juju. I'm talking about the AP 25 College Women's Hoops. I believe it's week 10. Juju in the conversation for Player of the Year, but to win she'd have to have 3 times page production and Final Four appearance. The way the press gonna play it, and she has to get a Final Four appearance. Okay. And when you mean 3 times production, don't know what that means. And she needs to get to the Final Four the way the press is gonna play it. Oh, she has to get to the Final Four. Okay. In 1994. Now, who is now? Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Give me the answer, FM. Who is Charlotte Smith related to? As one of the best two-way players. Okay. I think she is one of the best two-way players. So getting on to the AP 20 top 25 this week. As we said, UCLA remains at the top with 790 points, 9-0. UCLA. How y'all feel about that? It's one of the best. AZ took a scare. She took a scary fall. She did. So that's another thing. You're gonna need her. You got me on that one, Juju. David Thompson, high flying David Thompson, one of my brother's favorite NBA players from the day. So UCLA is number 1, 9-0. And as I looked ahead at their schedule weeks ago, I was like, oh wow, no one's really. They're not even gonna face UConn or South Carolina or LSU. Emily, they're gonna be at the top for a while, unless you understand how conference play is and how tough it can be. 3 times. Okay, I'll go to that. How tough conference play can be and how tough the Big Ten is. 3 times the production mean better scoring, better rebounding, better assists, better still. Okay, so she's higher than her in scoring. She's better than her in rebounding. I think she's better in assists and steals. So let's say Juju is better in all those categories, like I said. and you didn't say nothing about percentages. She has to get to the Final Four, and then she gets to the Final Four, and Paige gets to the Final Four. What separates them? Then got to head to a meeting. Oh, be right back. Okay, B Will. Wow, David Thompson, the high flyer, Jordan's childhood idol. Exactly, Charlotte Smith. So we got to play Elon, and I believe they play him at the Galen Center in LA. Obviously, they're predicted to win, and hopefully these games will help prepare them for UConn. And I'm just so sad because I don't know if Kennedy will be back, or we're just gonna have to play without her. So the top three teams I do not have a problem with: UCLA, UConn, and South Carolina. Now, tell me this, y'all: if Notre Dame, who is in 8 right now, defeats UConn, where does UConn go from there? Now I said UConn, it's UCLA, UConn, South Carolina, LSU, and SC. Someone in here, one of my lovelies said that you think that USC Trojans should be hired in LSU. Why do you think they should be hired in LSU? I know about what I think, but what say you all? Their assists are low volume, however, pace likely on that stat. Check it out. Go to ESPN. You can look and see what Juju's assists are, higher than they are last year. So what's the separation between Juju and Paige? Nature Radu, I hope I'm saying that right. They play Michigan on January 1st. What about Michigan? Emily, what's up? They haven't played anybody. That's why I know. That's why I got it. You talk about LSU? They haven't played anybody. And then Texas dropped. Texas dropped 2 places, thank God, because I just thought they were just ranked too high. I didn't know they were going to look like that against Notre Dame. I was like, goodness gracious. They are LSU's up because they are undefeated. Oh, okay. And they played like 11 games. Yeah, they're undefeated. Okay. And they went up 1 spot, and we went up 1 spot. So we're around 5th. So that's great. I'll take it because I really got a lot of love and for Kennedy Smith, because she's a really good freshman to me. She's a really good. I included assists or steals as they are double categories. Good afternoon, Juju. Kia, I gotta still make M and Kia. I need y'all, man. I need y'all as my wrenches. I keep forgetting to get with Seth on that. I don't know. Me and Seth's been so excited about the South Carolina win, and it was really exciting yesterday. And the dunk that usually we talk a little bit before we pushed our time up to 7, and we both were up. So, I mean, I guess put that on me and put that on her too. Washu, my man, you already know what time it is. Yeah, because if you get to trolling in my chat, like Kid and M, I don't know what they're gonna do. Texas is 6-7. Now here's one politically. I want to know what you think. They are 10-0. Maryland 10-0. Now they're in 7, and I gotta play them. What do you think? How do you think? I gotta look at Maryland today. I'm gonna go find a game. How do you think we'll do against USC Trojans? Will do against Maryland in the Big Ten? Ain't really played anybody other than an unranked Stanford and a ranked NC State team that's missing any quality at center. And LSU also had a close game against Washington, who I don't know if you guys know gave UCLA a pretty good run. Not to say that they UCLA had a chance to lose or anything, but they didn't. Nobody's blowing Washington out, is what I mean. They're pretty scrappy. I watched you team one there. One there was no clear separation and skills for what I saw. He has said, "What's up? Hey, Miss D's, 6 Women Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to Miss D's channel. Check her out. I gave a like. I'm gonna go check her out as well today. Emily Jones. It was It was the dunk. It changed things, Jude. We fired up. Yeah, it was the dunk. It was the dunk. And I just like the overall play of them. I started to see them, and I knew it was going to take time. Like I said, uh, they just played so freely yesterday. Like Raymond was hitting shots. Chloe had 12 rebounds. They put it. My thing is, you got all them fast guards. You got enough guards to get in there and do a half court, 3/4 press. Do some trapping. Wear them down. USC will beat Maryland. Oh, thank God. Thank you. I hope so too. I hope so. Because they got them like ranked at least third in the Big Ten. I gotta check it out though. Key highlight. Emily laughing and clapping. Political rebounds and relative to forwards and guards have different values. Guards having more rebounds than a forward is extra value. Thank you. I have 15 rebounds against the number one team in my division, one game. The number one team in the nation, and I'm a 2 guard. I talked to that team a couple of years later after we graduated, and they told me how much trouble they got in from their coach who actually wanted me to attend there. But my reasons for not going there kind of had to do with I didn't really remember seeing a letter, and then also I was recruited for track to CSUN. We still haven't played our best. No, exactly, Emily. That's what I'm thinking. You still haven't played your best. You look like what I remembered yesterday, but you still haven't played your best, which is a good thing. Hey, Emily. Yes, it's up. You already know. Political says Stanford should be ranked. I think so too. But they're right there. I mean, they were about to upset LSU. I don't care what y'all say. That they were about to upset LSU. That game, but what I saw brought out so much out of LSU that it showed me they know how to win. This is the second time I've seen Gilbert, make a difference, come off the bench and score like that. That means a lot. Stanford should be ranked. North Carolina was ranked, and Washington, who they came back to beat, just gave them the number one team in the nation a run for their money. Yep. Everybody love Juju Talk Soup. I told Seth that Maryland and Duke have the talent to beat SC, so they certainly then have the talent to beat USC. Oh, okay. So Duke had the talent to beat South Carolina, but they played them and they played them right, and they couldn't. I don't know that Maryland plays. You talking about South Carolina? So the talent is there, so it's just like we got to go heads up against them. Okay. Washu Kia highlight. This is a real USC channel. I am no op here. I'm just celebrated fan. Yeah, you're right. It is an USC channel. Trojans. Politically, I agree, but you know how it goes. A win is a win. Paige better not let herself be caught early for pride's sake. Emily Jones. I watched you over here because me and Kia aren't wrenches yet. Oh man, we gotta have a meeting. Emily. We gotta have a meeting. Because I'm looking. I love all of y'all, and y'all know y'all. I love you. You respect Juju's game, and you're not. You don't hate on her like these crazies. Some of these crazies on some of these content creators get on my nerves. Oklahoma's still hanging in there, and they're 8-1, but I just feel like Oklahoma. Okay, whatever. Ohio State is at 11. They're 8-0. TCU is 12 at 9-1. They went down 3 spots. Kansas State. I figured that TCU would only go down 3 spots. Everybody talks. Nature said everybody talks. Stanford was up 5 points with 5 seconds to go. If they foul and make LSU shoot free throws, they are still up by 3 points with the ball. Yeah, new coach, right? K. Pate slid it from assistant to head coach. So that might have been a coaching thing. It's like a combination of talent and how you play, but it also is important that you have, a head coach with experience and wisdom in those final seconds. Washu, that's fine. Make sure you keep your ass in here. That's why you didn't show up in Seth's Live last night, even after all the shit talking you were doing. Stay where you safe, my guy. Kia, Kia went there. Washu and Emily Jones, let's sure you have not played at your best yet. We don't know what the ceiling for this Gamecock version. I'm worried about them, but I don't but LSU beats them. We're going to the Natty final. Wow, let's see what LSU this year. I'm kind of curious what LSU got going on. And what makes me really curious with LSU guys is that they're missing like interior, like a front court, so to speak, except for Morrow. And I don't remember Jersey in that Stanford game. Like, and they're not playing Del Rosario. Oh, Samaya Smith. That's their big. Y'all praying for USC to lose? Who, my team? USC? Because that's what I call them here, USC. Emily, thank you. But he definitely knows where to play at. Talk about you, Washu. AZ and Shade have to show up versus Notre Dame. Unsure. Yeah, Mondo. Yeah. Yeah, Shade. Yeah, I think Shade knowing that she might not, and you even got KK Arnold in there. Um, I think knowing that Shade maybe knowing that AZ might not be at 100%, that she'll step up. She's like one of those quiet assassins to me. Shade, I pay attention to Shade. I pay attention to Shade a lot, only because she just appears out of nowhere and gets cooking. Washu, I got something for you. Hold on. Washu, why are you worried about them? At FM, I like both Maryland and USC, so I win either way. Right. I feel you. I was a Brenda Freeze fan back in the day. Well, when Chrissy Tolliver and all them were there and they won. I liked them, and then I even liked them when they had Sellers, Angel, Diamond Miller. Um, I thought she had something going on, and then she just faded. Like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it with her. Like, then get to the Big Ten. She got Iowa the first year, and they won the tournament, the Big Ten tournament, and Angel's freshman year. And then I don't know what she was doing. Why are you worried about them? I like okay. Political. We're gonna hear a clear We're gonna have a clear separation due to their position. So what is it gonna decide? What is it gonna decide it for you this season? I mean, for Juju to pass Page. I mean, she talked about the statistical categories, and I think that Drew has her on that. So I don't know. Oh, what I picked up from what Political was saying, that the clear separation is that the pressure is on the Trojans to get to the Final Four. All right, Chan. Have a blessed week, good people. We're not going to see you again for the rest of the week, Chan. I hope so. Kia highlight while she was laughing. You too. From Miss D. LSU has an interior problem. Smith play is it limited or timid? Timid. She plays timid. Rosario coming off injury and Wolf playing out of her natural position, which is on the wing despite being 6'5". Yeah. Agree with it all. Jamie Hodges, hi. Juju, the Valks have the 5th pick. Do you draft Betts or Morrow? I draft Malongo. But if I have to choose between, no, but they said Betts is not coming out, Jamie. They said Betts not coming out. So now I think I don't know, because Morrow kind of reminds me like a Thornton already and a Monique Billings. So I don't know that I want that. I need to build around a more of a traditional center than I do have with the Atlanta Dreams Ileana. So but I like that she chose her because her tempo, and she wants a fast paced style tempo. So that's why I think we also need like a post up big too. Washu, Emily Jones, we haven't been beaten down in years. That's why I'm worried. But Big Four going to do what Morris and Reese did not. And Washu, you're an LSU fan. And I think with us, it's like, even though for the Trojans we are totally different. We only have 2 returning starters, Juju and Rhea, but we added supposedly we had the best incoming recruiting class, and we got Kiki the best transfer portal. Is why I feel like we could beat UConn, or and with Kennedy. But you got to remember, we didn't lose by much against UConn last year. They didn't beat us down or anything like that. I mean, she went away just like she went away from pressing Notre Dame. She did not go with the press. I don't know why Coach G does that, and then she'll bring out the press against a team that they don't need to press. Like, she got to get it together. Like, stop the crap. Yeah. Why? Oh, Betts is staying because her sister is coming. She's got a sister coming in, and she wants to play with her sister at UCLA. I've been talking Shade since last season. We had some spirited debate when I said Shade was better than Tessa with the J. I think the separation is Shade's pull up midi. That's interesting. Okay. While she was actually Smith. What up, though, MJ lover? Hit the like button, everybody. If you're new here, this is In the Cave with Everybody Loves Juju, talking hoops. I'm focusing on AP 25, top 25, and just talking hoops in general. Watch you. Okay, we'll see. You'll come to CLA this time. I can't wait. Emily, MJ Lover, Emily said, "What's up?" Betts is staying. She did an interview saying she can't wait to play with her sister, who's committed there. So you only gave me two choices, so I think the fifth draft pick for the Valk should be, and you said Morrow or Betts, so I got to eliminate that. So if you think Morrow, but I think Morrow not, because I already have players like Morrow, which is Monique and Thornton, in my opinion. Emily Jones, Emily, what up, though? That's for you, FM said MJ. Politically, why is it for her? Why is it her for you? Because for me, I think Roselle being eventually brought back to the level she can be is an important impact. It is an important impact. I think maybe she's not confident off of what the injury. I think Smith is timid because of injury. I think Smith is very important to the interior of LSU. I think LSU, although they're not like dominating teams, we all know you just need to win by one or two. So whatever. At Adrian HBO, then she better win a natty next year. Who better win a natty, Marsha? Betts? I think if anything, despite how I feel about the USC Trojans, they're very close, definitely next year and in the following year. I felt that they might surprise. You never know. They might surprise people this year. I don't know. UCLA has a tendency to, not that they fell off. I was surprised that they didn't win against LSU last year. They relied heavily on too much on bets against LSU last year, and you know, but I think this year UCLA is a better, stronger, more well-rounded team. That if it, I wish it would be us. I mean, I wish we would turn a corner and just surprise all of you. But if UCLA, it could come down to UCLA and the Gamecocks. If the Gamecocks go through the SEC tournament, conference number one, if they go through as number one and come out unscathed, then I think they could see each other in the finals, because I think they are similar, with the addition of Barker, Gardner, Alina, Amersal. Better play from Nikki, more freedom from Nikki. Looks like Betts is playing better. She had COVID last year. When I saw her come, she was coming, limited minutes when they came to the Galen Center, and then when it was time for tournament time, we went to double overtime, baby. It was like we was battling them. They wanted it bad. They wanted to get to the championship of the Pac-12, but it ended up being USC against Stanford, and Coach Tara Vanderveer, all she focused on was slowing down Juju and stuff like that. So You better not be talking about the natty. Big Foe only has to beat down Don to separate herself. Iowa better win without CC. Oh yeah, they didn't win with CC, so never mind. Why shoot? Because of the speed of the SEC, its guards is fast, interior player more mobile. That's my take. Rosario could be useful in the tournament as the game slows down. Correct. Agree. Agree. Del Rosario is not and will not be good. She is just big is all. Facts, Juju. They couldn't see each other down the line. South Carolina, UCLA. Yeah, and it would be great. It would be great. But I think we'll see each other. I think we'll see South Carolina on the way. I think the way the quads are going to be set up. Um, I see myself. I see the Trojans playing South Carolina to get to the finals. That's what I think. Facts, Juju. They could see each other down the line, South Carolina, UCLA. And I think that will be the biggest draw for the sport to see a South Carolina UCLA final championship game once and for all. Kind of like it's kind of like those who are going to cheer for UCLA. It's going to be like the Liberty against Minnesota, where for 28 years UCLA hasn't won a championship against a team who has been dominant in the championship or Final Four for the last 4 or 5 years. Political Lil cannot disagree. Mondo, go to Women's Sports Alliance. They have breakdown on different players and highlights. Really, what they say, Political Lil. Mondo, let's not forget Rosario's potential. Right. Alexis Morris was the MOP at WashU. Exactly. So why did you say Big Foe better win without Reese? Why she in seriousness? What happened to you last night? On a serious note, why you didn't stand on business? What up, Juju? To the chat. What up, Lou Way? Hit that like button. Kia Live. I see y'all having a big time conversation on WashU. Can't do that much typing at the moment. Okay. I hear you. Now this was a good conversation, y'all, because ask me a question because I like you asking me questions so you guys can get in my head and see where I'm at with a lot of things in terms of like who I see in the finals, what do I see, what would make a great matchup. Did I address the naysayers about Hannah being better than Juju? A little bit. The Puerto Rican princess Hannah and the Watts princess Juju, I think different. Well, no, not really different positions. I think Hannah has a better team a little bit around her right now. I don't think Hannah hasn't been better than Juju since high school. She wasn't even second behind Juju coming out of high school. She had a close run to Juju for freshman player of the year to Juju just separated. She had 42-point games, 51-point game. Her team obviously went further. She scored more points than any freshman in history. Actually know the player that she broke the record up for the year. I not know her, but I met her my freshman year when we both were freshmen over the Thanksgiving and went to go play pickup ball. I met Tina Hutchison and she was 6'2" like you, but much more leaner and could dunk. From St. Louis. Then why is Big Four called Big Four? Because of her number. FMU as LSU deserve no explanation. Princess, Puerto Rican princess versus the Watch princess. Yeah. WashU, what's big about Big Foe then? Don't think Morris could have won without Reese. She didn't take LSU anywhere the year Morris played without Reese, right? Political Ill, that's a good take. I like Morris, but I think you're correct. I think Morris was important, but I think Reese getting in her head and keeping her balanced mentally as a leader. Reese's impact to a team is greater than just her play. If Reese's leadership wasn't there, I don't know that LSU could have went as far as they did, to be honest with you. And I think obviously you saw Carson and the other player come in to take a hold of that game. That's why I say it's not always your top players that win that championship game. It's that bench. It's the complementary role players that you gotta have on that bench that make a difference. And that's why London Jones is important. That's why Amarsal is important. That's why Tessa is important. That's why Joyce is important. Um, I don't know if Watkins is starting right now. Watkins is important. Having that bench role players and complementary role players is so important. Angel Ball, Morris out a lot. Bailed, but Morris bailed out LSU a lot too. Fourth quarter of the 23 NCAA finals. Okay, good take. But you're not talking about the real clutch shooters, MJ, that won that game. Carson had the game of her life. She was barely playing. She did. That's what Nair Sabli had the game of her life, and what she did for the Liberty. That's all I'm saying. It could be somebody that you least expect. But what Carolina has, they have so many different pieces being thrown at you. It's hard to come up with a game plan for all the different pieces that can come in. Archie Typical said you were going to say that. It's all good. We just know you don't stand on business and you're not a person of your word. Your word means shit. I appreciate your honesty though. And I miss what you said. My bad, guys. You guys read it. A big can lead the team and get the MOP. Otherwise, she's just number 4. They wouldn't have won without every single person on that team. That was a team, Natty. It was. And Adrian, she's from LSU. She knows about her team, and it was a team effort. So whatever you say, because you watch them all the time, that's your team. You from hometown, I'm with you. I can't even look at LSU and say it was one person that won that natty. It was a team effort, and I love watching team efforts. But that's the other part of the debate. Do we want to be a star in a team that isn't as deep, or do you want to be a team that is 10 deep and sacrifice some of your stats? I want to be both. I want to be a star and I want to be a team player. Kia highlight, please. Oh, come on. FM, float, clutch. Flage is clutch. She can hoop. And she's going to have to face, now that she's like that leader, she's going to have to face what some of the star players are facing. MJ, true, but Reese-led team reached the Sweet 16 twice, but an Alexis-led team only got past round 1. Shoot, Angel was the heart of that team. I don't care what y'all say. Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I think Angel was stood on business. Political little facts. Adrian, it was a team with some players having big moments, period. Tired of ops, and god damn it, this is why Moore's Big Foe and Reese Mama's beef. Political little LSU team was almost a perfect storm. Big Foe is on a mission. Juju play today, tomorrow. One y'all next game. We play tomorrow against Fresno State. I said Juju should go off to get her scoring up because they're predicted to beat Fresno State Bull Ball. A trivial question for y'all, whether y'all know this or not, but Teresa Witherspoon used to coach the Fresno State Bulldogs at one point. I saw her buried in the games that come on TV. I caught her a couple of times. I wanted to see how she was coaching years ago before she went over to the Pelicans. And she was all right. She didn't seem very happy coaching an inferior type team, Miss D Sports is talking just to be talking, right, at WashU. Miss D, I'm not sure what you're agreeing with. Miss D, WashU, I got nothing. Enjoy your day. WashU, you over here pissing people off. WashU, no, that's not why there was beef. That was some locker room drama that had went on. Angel put so much confidence in. That's what I said, Adrian, and I trust you because you go Tiger Hoops. Angel put so much confidence in her team. They all believe they could be anything. That's her superpower. I totally agree with you. I think there was some game. I was thinking that they probably might not have should have beat Iowa on paper. But I was like, she put so much into. She kept Alexis level-headed. What she brings to that team is more than um her skill set. I like her skill set. I love the way I love her offensive rebounding. Even some of the she shot better at the college level to me. I thought she had a midi. I thought she could even pull the three if she wanted to. But that was college. But I think she can do it in the pros too. At Juju, okay. When y'all next big game, I already said that. Next big game, next big game is December 21st against UConn at Stores Arena or wherever the arena is called. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. Against UConn, December 21st. We was talking about Big Foe at Kia High Life. You two have a nice day. Has a starting five been um EST for LSU Lady Tigers yet? Oh, have they been? I don't know. One time I was watching Moki and she said, I think I found my starting five. I think I found my starting five. But then she didn't kind of go with Gilbert as a starter. I think she still wanted her off the bench. And I think Michaela woke up a bit too. I think they kept having Michaela on the wing, shooting the baseline and the wing shot. And I'm like, she took that ball and she moved around to the top of the key and she found a shot. And that was when I saw this connection between Flage and her looking at each other, like I saw against Carolina, Watkins and Michaela. I mean, excuse me, Malaysia looking at one another like bump all this shit that Don is talking about. Not disrespectfully, but let's play ball. Let's play our game. Flage needs to win a natty because Moki plan was to build a championship team around Flage. Reese came out of nowhere. Reese is gone now. It's her team. Okay. Okay, Juju's. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, December 21st, UConn. Washu. Looks like she's saying thumbs down, bro. At Miss D for two of the people that started that dust up is still on the team, but I don't think it gets there because Angel was the kindling for that dust up, but was hurt when it started. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but I and Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong. Like Katuri was let go because they felt that she was shaving points or something like that. I don't know if you know if you can go into detail about that. She was cheating or doing something that was questioned. I hate that dust up. I love Flage, and I mean Flage keeps her in her music, Reese's in her music. I don't know. I don't really think they have a beat. I think Reese is on another, and she's grown, and Flage's still in college. I think they're just doing their things and doing it well separately. Juju, you getting down on this 1, 2, 3 go? Juju, get down. 1, 2, 3 go. What that mean? 2, 3 go. Laughing at you, Kia High Life. Shoot, MJ Lover. Facts. Angel was starting mess, pulling hair and busting lips. Point shaving. Who? Kateri. Kateri. I'm gonna see what Adrian says. Kia Life. I'm the biggest Gamecock op. You know. Washu players bump heads in every team and every just keep it low. Kateri gave the scouting, that's what it was, Adrian. The scouting report on the team sold it or something. That's what it was, guys. MJ, check that out. I don't know if you know about that. Big Four got bullied and she still might want some get back. Oh, against South Carolina. That's what she does. I think she just wants to win. One of her good friends over there is Raven. I don't think that it's like she's carrying no beef with them like that, other than I want to beat you. Shoot, I had a best friend I used to have to race against. Not a best friend, good friend that I wanted to race against from the neighborhood. She went to the opposite school of me, even though she lived across the street from my school. They bust her out. They used to do stupid stuff in the Bay Area like that because if we had the runners that were in the area on my team, we would be tops in the state. But I don't know why they split us up like that. Miss D's words talking about what kind of glue did she use in her hair. So the glue, I don't know. Big Four talking about leaving and stuff. Oh, going into the pros, what's your at FM 100. I watch you. I don't even know you. Political little true. Kia High Life. Fingers crossed. I think that I can't really make that. I don't think that's fingers crossed. I can't really make it out what the symbol is. Angel need a good bust down glue. She pulling hair. She gonna get her hair pulled at MJ Lover. Oh, Big Four gets the SEC chip. Um, be, finna be tough though. The problem with Reese and Flage, in my opinion, was a result of Reese exposing her struggles to Flage and her breaking the girl code. I was thinking that too to her mama and weaponized. Yeah, political. It's funny you said that because I was like, but I don't know how she broke the code when it's not true that Reese was GPA was that because like you don't play in that season. You don't play get to play that she explained it. Good point, Juju. That's the one of the reasons LSU went to Clark and Iowa like that because Clark waving off Raven in the semis. Big Foe and Raven have been friends for years. Yeah, a wise person once told me potential means you haven't done shit yet. I agree with that, Mondo. Kia, like how you same here. Look, I thought about that too, political Lil, but the information wasn't true. Of course, out of Reese's mouth on her first episode on Apologetics, she explained I was not pregnant. I was not failing in my classes because you don't even get to play in preseason like that and then come back like that. There's no time for you to make the grade up. So it was about the mental struggles dealing with the naked photos, all of her racist comments, death threats. Um, she just said broke up with her boyfriend. She didn't mention that, but I know that that happened too. And then losing one of her good friends, Kateri Poole, it was a lot going on and whatever drama they had regarding that. Kia, like, yeah, same here. Miss D, she already got choked, slammed by Alyssa, which was which was Bush League. Who got choked? Yeah, Floss shouldn't have told her mom about her academic. I don't even know if it's her academic. Adrian addressed that. Raven and Angel are very close. Yeah, they are. Political a little bit crazy. You know, her mama saying she won't graduate, but I don't know. Two sides to a story. Both know the truth. I mean, definitely their mama. I don't know where mama got that from, but to agree with Political Lil, where she got that from or whatever, she shouldn't have been talking if that's what Flage told her. I keep hearing Big Four going to do this, Big Four is going to do that. Choosing your GPS before GPA for midterm could be all F's because Reese was catching up in her work, maybe was behind in classes and disclosed that to her mom who used it later. Yeah, not to say that it was like officially, but kind of like, you know, like when we have this deadline, because we used to have this man come and talk to us, and we would find out before conference like who was behind and needed to go to winter session in December. Angel said that Iowa beat down was for her SES. Yeah, it was, Adrian. Definitely. It was a get back. It was definitely get back. I do that too. I had a rival that unless if we weren't beating them or she didn't get to state or she was in the regionals, we became like, this is our league. We're gonna we're gonna beat everybody else down. We joined forces. Adrian, that is a triangle that Flaw is good with Raven, but Angel isn't as connected with Flaw. But Angel, Flate, yeah. But Angel and Raven played against each other briefly in high school. Run them likes up for and hit that subscribe button. Hey, says Talk Sport. Adrian Facts. Angel and Raven tweet each other all the time. Yeah, they're close. But I was saying that Flage is cool with Raven too. But that was a get back from Uh, yeah, that was a blackout. Yeah, guys, thanks for staying with me. That was a blackout. Who said that? MJ, that was a blackout. It just flicked off the power and came back on. Thanks for staying with me, guys. Appreciate that. Political little family messes shit up, getting involved in players, things like that, made a big deal out of nothing. Maybe Sky needs a good point guard. They do. I mean, not to say that, and I heard that Kennedy felt like when we say that, we're not saying that she couldn't be point guard. I just my stream went out because it blacked out. We're saying that nah, Ken, we want you to be, you know, the shooting guard. Reese reported to campus exhausted. She told the coach who blamed her for the Colorado loss. Her and her boyfriend breakup was after Valentine's Day. Rolling blackouts, yeah. Enron, political, damn, after Valentine's Day, be wild. Yeah. I thought that something happened with her boyfriend, maybe catching her boyfriend cheating or maybe something she didn't like. But, they had a great summer, so I don't know, you know, you say Valentine's Day, but remember they had a great summer, so I don't know how they broke up on Valentine's Day politically. We were watching her all summer enjoy her summer with the boyfriend. So I don't know, Adrian. What do you think? But I think that these parents are hilarious. I think Flage did it with malicious intent. She's probably just casually mentioning it, but didn't do it on malicious. But Flage's mom kept it in her back pocket for what? Why would she keep it in her back pocket? What did Angel do to her or her daughter? Key highlight. Y'all remember Aaron Fig with California Lights and getting caught on audio talking about it? No. After that summer, yeah. After that summer of her having a good time, but she talked about like all the rumors that were swirling her. What? Because Flage was right there at the press conference. You don't know heavy is a head that wears a crown, and she is defending her. So I don't know why everything blew up um, with them after that. Like it just saddens me. I blame the parents. I still blame the parents. Yeah, like Jules' mom be getting on there, cause Jules real quiet. She don't really rock the boat. She's really good with younger players, and as a vet, everybody takes kind of like how Asia took in Kate. You always take in a rookie, but all the rookies love her and stuff like that. And that's the way Angel. I mean, that credit Jewel. That's the way Jewel leads. That's everybody's leadership is different, and so as far as Jewel's concerned, and I think that maybe they didn't like the way they were talking to. But Mercedes like 30. She ain't no rookie. She been around. So it's getting on her, but I thought it made her play better. So it's normal to tell your mama, especially if you're a girl, intimate things. Um, then just don't do that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but your mama gotta like chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're already pointing fingers already as to why she's not playing or whatever. You don't know the whole story because you're not Angel. Back pocket means back of her mind. Remember, there are always some questions about Reese's grades. People were trying to say she was ineligible championship year. One of the reasons Angel didn't get the award that Kiki Ariofin received for Katrina McLean Award is because the award isn't just given to the best player statistically or on the court. You got to have outside character. You got to have community service work. Not to say Angel doesn't, but I see her mom doing a lot of it. Um, you got to demonstrate, good character on and off the court. And I think that Angel was definitely nominated. She's up for the award, but she didn't win it because Kiki's a lot more mild mannered. She don't have no Twitter, social media beefs and things like that going on. I think she could have won a lot more awards, um, but people didn't like her on court demeanor and off court demeanor and her character. Love Juju 12 hoops. What's your take on USC freshman Kaylee Heckle? I like Kaylee Heckle. I think Kaylee Heckle is getting a lot of time, a lot of run. Yesterday, she got a little lost on defense. That was real crucial. That could have hurt us against a vet like Deja Kelly and like Peyton Scott. I think her name is. I think Peyton Scott for Oregon got her 1,000-point game. Peyton's really good, and we couldn't afford to leave Kelly Heckle in yesterday, so she got 10 minutes and got off the court because she I saw her miss. I saw what was going on with her, and it's sort of to protect her too. Like you don't want to leave her out there drowning and affect the game like that. One thing that often happens in Division One is that teachers, professors will alert the coaches on if a student is headed for a bad grade. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, MJ. That's what I'm thinking too. It just hadn't hit the book yet. Like it was time for her to make stuff up, get some assignments in, catch up. So she probably was headed for 1.7. Exactly, Moki hinted that she lost out on some more because of her grades, or maybe and maybe you do need to also have good grades. Coach Prime has that in place, and he announces it in the meetings every few weeks. Yep, you got to talk about it. But I know coaches that don't do that, MJ. And one of them was from UCLA. She didn't care about that. That was your business. You handled. This was years ago when my friends played. You handle your business. So she would say stuff like that. I don't care about that. That's your job. You need to stay up on that. And so sometimes, scheduling practices, scheduling games, doing all that kind of stuff. She feels like, and Juju in her documentary series, episode 4, her mom talked about how overwhelming and challenging it is. And Juju said, I barely have time for anything I want to do. And she just basically said her schedule is jam packed. Reese was the type of student who did just enough to get by. She didn't like academics, but left high school with a 3.5 GPS in a private school, by the way. She's capable. She just isn't a fan of school. Some people aren't. I played 2 sports. I barely was in class. I don't know how I got through, but I had no 3 point nothing in college. I probably had like a B minus, C plus. Yeah, coaches keep players on their toes for sure. The one thing that has been working well in sports and education for the longest, despite current educational forms, and at their level, like especially freshmen, and at the D1 schools, they give them, like, we had a study hall, but nobody in my D2, they didn't check on us or anything. But my friends that went to D1 UCLA, stuff like that, those freshmen definitely had to be and study hall. But if your grade was, above a C, I'm definitely eligible. Yeah, hey, I don't see them doing 2 sports at the level that I did. So I'll take my major. I was a B plus, but the general overall classes I was probably C plus, B minus, but my major was higher than that. So I never had any problems with eligibility playing 2 sports. I remember someone had asked me in the chat, how was that doing? It was interesting. Like you know, when you miss class or whatever, you have, if you make connections in the class, you got people that will help you with the notes of the class that you missed. I don't remember. I never had a tutor. Statistics was hard for me, the basic mathematical statistics, but when I got to statistics with theory and word problems and research, I my grades went up. Like I did methods and research really well. When I put the numbers with it, but just straight stats I didn't like. Yep, the NCAA spells out the required GPA and amount of credits you must earn each year. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So I have my degree. So I knew I wasn't gonna leave here with nothing. I wasn't gonna leave. And once the pro league, only thing I could have did was go overseas. But at the time because we had a pro league cooking for a minute, and then right when I got my senior, they told me it did, it closed down, and so the only thing that me and Cheryl Miller, because we're in the same class, could do would be to go overseas. Had she not blew out her knee, she probably would have gone overseas, she said. So it's hard to stay motivated, for some people. It's hard to stay motivated. It's really sad to see her, as good a player she was. It was really sad, like, to play, and it's like all of a sudden, like, what do we do now? Like, where do we play? I just said, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something, because I thought I would know so many women behind me from back in the day. They was like, is my screen okay now? Um, they was like playing all those years and walking away with nothing. I'm like, man, don't do that. If they're paying for your education and everything, don't walk away without a degree. A lot of them had to come back later and get their degrees. I was like, I'm getting it now. I'm getting the heck out of here, on my way to get a master's. I wasn't trying to like sit there and let them use me up like that, and then I don't get nothing out of it, like my education. Oh, you hear me, but my mouth ain't moving? Oh my goodness. How about now? Is my mouth moving now? It don't matter. I'm gonna treat it as a listening podcast. Right. So, like I was saying about the AP 25, I guess I'm just gonna have to, I heard you guys think that, and they were telling me they think that my Lady Trojans should be above LSU, but someone made a point that LSU is undefeated. They are 11-0. We did move up a point, and then LSU moved up right behind South Carolina. Now, my thing is, Notre Dame plays UConn today. We play UConn on December 21st. If they get by both of us, then UConn is going to stay right where they are, because we all know what's going to happen in conference play. Ain't nobody going to beat them in the Big East. Here's my question to you, chat. You got your degree while I had my eligibility and got up on that. That's what I'm saying. Like, while I was playing, I ain't going back to school. Other than like when they asked me to be a grad assistant, they offered me a $30,000 position just to do the equipment room and be a grad assistant. And $30,000 was a lot in '87. So, and but I was involved in some community other work that I was doing with church and stuff, so I didn't pursue that. And I was kind of tired and ready to get away from it. Then my track coach was like, "I'll train you if you want to go pro." So it was just too much going on for me at that time. Because I guess I would have been training for the '88 Olympics. But yeah, I was getting that degree and getting the heck out of there. Let them pay for that. I don't no student loan, none of that stuff. Okay, question for you guys, South Carolina fans. And then I'll ask a question to you LSU fans. South Carolina is in third with UConn and UCLA ahead of them. Do they stay there until March? What does South Carolina need to do to get back into the second spot or the number one spot? And can they do it? Like, what would need to be? Does UCLA and UConn need to lose? Because there's no chance of them playing those two again. Now, LSU has a chance to move into the third spot if they beat South Carolina during the one time that they play. And then we don't play anybody on this list except for UCLA. So we can help everybody by beating UCLA, according to the rankings right now. And Texas being in 6 can help by beating South Carolina and conference play to help, or beating LSU. If they beat LSU, maybe twice if they play. That'll move me into fourth. Ranking, not tanking. We'll take the net ratings. Yeah, okay. Your Gamecock side talking. We don't want that reality check. They can't get back to number one unless the teams ahead of them lose. I know, right? Which is UConn, but UCLA. But what if I hear you? I can see them moving into two if someone, because there's us and I. Does UCLA play? Does UCLA play UConn? Um, they can't back unless the teams ahead of them lose. Okay, AP is a coach and press. Yes, a coach and press voting. Net ratings involves your schedule. Yeah, but it does involve your schedule and everything, and it has something to do where you get in the quads, 4 quads towards the end. But that's also determined whether or not you win the your tournaments and your top seed or not. But it kind of comes into play with that. Net ratings got teams without 100 points ahead. I take that AP. On top of that, we don't want number one back. This is good for motivation purposes that I think so too. I think it's good. I think it's good too because look, if you disrespect a team that really should and could be number one and are going to the finals, and you put them as the number 3 seed, that means you're going to put them in a position knowing that they are better in the number 1 seed to play a team that's ranked higher than them and knock them out right away and get back to where you are going forward. Like UConn was 3rd seed and we were number 1 seed when we played them, and they didn't beat us by a lot. It wasn't even that serious out there. It's just that Juju didn't touch the ball for like 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes, which was stupid. And Forbes was shooting the lights out. But I understand why she felt like she should do that, because she had been playing so well, especially in the tournament, and she thought like she don't got that kind of handles like that to be doing what she was doing. That's all I can say. We can't move up, but we're good for now. The Gamecocks don't figure into the analysis of LSU. I watch their every game. I consider it net ranking, but it's the eye test for me. Yeah, eye test for me too. Well, the way some teams have schedules that are good for keeping an undefeated record, I'd rather not have the number 1 seed, but continue to play ranked teams in our schedule. Hell yeah. I agree with that. Just to rehash something, so does ranking mean something before March or now? I think it's a psychological thing. It's a motivation. It's a motivational thing. It kind of gives you an idea of where you're at, and then you use the eye test to know that, hey, I haven't played them yet, but I know what I got, and I know if I did, I match up well, and if the coach matches up well what's on the floor with substitutions and matchup, and people really come playing to their strength, and things fall right in the place. There you go, upset. Political, no, I know you're right, but hell no, I will be biased until someone beats us. Be biased, but you're 11-0, so you played more games than anybody else has right now, and withstood, hell and fire and fury, because a couple of games there, LSU, like, whoa. But that's the thing, you found your cream of the crop. One being Flower, one being Gilbert, one being Michaela. And I know who to go to, because when she turned around and said, I said it before Moki did, to get that game tied up, I was like, you better put Gilbert in the game. And Gilbert ran up, got in, boom, made the shot. I said, yeah, you better put Gilbert in the game. I feel confident that Gilbert likes to take that drive to the hoop and score. She likes those moments. The reason I asked is because we know one of the teams that will play between 15 to 18 top 25 teams before the March, which is Carolina. I meant net rankings, not tanking. This autocorrect doesn't know what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, shoot, I do understand. She does understand. Well, shoot. Political knows she knows hoops. Political, I'm laughing too, MJ, at political. That's right. Schedule, FM. It's talking about schedule. Schedule can hurt you too. schedule could have you end up losing, you taking these tougher, chances to play these teams and lose, and see yourself falling. Look at North Carolina State. I don't even think they weren't even in the top four and ended up in the Final Four. I'm gonna see for myself. I got tickets to see LSU versus of the 19th of December. Political, yeah, go. See for yourself. That'll be great. That's fire. That'll be great. You need to see them, like, because I'm telling you, when look, I went into enough USC games last year because I'm like, y'all, like, I know about Juju, but until I was like, man, let me see what the hell is going on with this kid. Like, and I've seen a lot of hoopers, a lot of ball players, and she comes up to the Bay, and it was a pretty decent team or whatever. And I know what she did the 2 nights before, but just not just she came out and did it again, but just watching her in person is so different than even Hannah. Now, you guys know I've seen Hannah and Olivia. Watching them in person is a little bit different than watching them on TV. It's so many little intricate things about them and things, that they do that you can see that the camera's not catching. Losing against a ranked team it's not that bad versus losing a lot of games versus teams that are inferior. Exactly. Non-conference schedule doesn't burn SEC and Big Ten teams as much as their conference has so many top. Man. I love it. I love the better competition. I love that they're a little bit different than, say, Pac-12, which I thought was a very tough conference, whether people want to believe it or not. But I think the physicality and of even the guards and the bigs in the Big Ten is a lot different than what we're used to. But I'm not afraid of them, and I don't think they are either. It's just that, I just want some fair officiating. I want healthy on my team, everybody to be healthy. But I think the Big Ten is hard. Man, I think it's tough. Competition all the way through. Like, I don't care who you play in the Big Ten. It's going to be exciting basketball through and through. I think the ACC got some tough games coming out of there too, and then of course the SEC. But man, SEC teams have way better defense as a whole than other conferences. You think so? I know people are going to have problems with Tennessee's press. I know that. I know some teams will have problems with that. As a whole. And all these other teams that on the AP 25, to me, that like Duke surprised me that they still hung in there at number 9, but they've been playing some decent ball. They're 9-2. They lost 2, but they lost to, like you said, MJ, like higher ranked teams, I believe. Oklahoma's 8-1. They went to 10. Ohio State they went up 1. They're 8-0. But something about this team, although they're 8-0, they don't see them higher than Oklahoma, which is weird. They don't have them higher than Duke. They don't have them higher than Notre Dame, Maryland, Texas. So, I don't know. TCU, it dropped 3 spots. They were riding in 9th. So they went to 12. Kansas State. Now, no one's been talking about them. I think that's the team, MJ, with Ayoka Lee, the 20-something-year-old. North Carolina, I think, is a real sleeper team. I think they got a squad. Losing against ranked teams is not that bad. Okay. Political is exactly my point. Big Ten is hard this year. You ain't lying. SEC teams have better. Okay, we said that. But look, North Carolina went up to West Virginia, who I think is a little sleeper. I kind of like them. But you said, now, did you guys say JJ Quinterly is out? Kentucky to 16. He's a good coach. They dropped 2 spots, so they were at 14. Michigan State, no one's really talking about them. We better look out for Michigan State. They went up 7 spots to 17. That's huge. They were at the bottom. They cracked the top 25, and their momentum is, and then we got to face them too. Their momentum is charging. Iowa State, I don't know how they're 18th. I don't get it. Tennessee, 19th, broke and cracked the top 25. 7-0. Michigan State still hanging in there. Michigan, sorry, not Michigan State. They dropped 4. Ole Miss still hanging on by a thread at 22. North Carolina State, why are they even here? I'll shut up. Nebraska went up 1 spot, and Georgia Tech cracked in there, cracked the top 25, and they're 9-0 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. North Carolina State's Atlantic Coast too. Southeastern, that's SEC. Big Ten, Iowa. Wow, Iowa. I can't believe that. Iowa, man. Lee from the KSU, you mean the 37-year-old? Yeah. That's me. That's me. I do. I need them to go. I need to just go. They need to go ahead and go now. Like, just go on and go. Iowa State, the only real fraud on the AP. Others are debated. What do y'all think? I think, oh man, Iowa State is the fraud. Yeah, they. If you want to play like zone, or you want to put them against like, you know, a team that's gonna be like playing interior ball or something like that, they can hang, but 18. I mean, those guards look like high schoolers against South Carolina. They shrunk for the moment. I don't even know like how they think they're right. They're one step ahead of Tennessee. Like, if Tennessee doesn't beat Iowa State, then I don't believe in Tennessee anymore. Because if you don't press these girls, I'm going to talk to Kim Caldwell, but ain't no way. From what I see with Kim Caldwell, there ain't no way she's going to miss that moment to press these girls. No, MJ, tell the truth. I know it's something crazy, but not 29. Not 29, MJ. Like, I know it's something crazy, though. Like 25, 26. Don't say... They'll say 29. Please don't say 29. Iowa State is a fraud. When did that happen? I remember people saying SC had to watch out. We thought we did. Audie Crooks, we lost to UCLA. What? That's what I remember. Well, honestly, I said UCLA would win at the time when I was comparing the two, and then I thought there were going to be a couple of more, 2 more before conference. But now I'm thinking like maybe during conference you might SC could be challenged. But these other non-conference games, they don't hit their stride. They feeling real good right now. They feeling real good. What y'all think about people saying Don doesn't really develop guards and that Malaysia should transfer? Hannah's better than Juju. Juju is not entertaining. I heard that before. You know, I guess she got to do a little bit of more whoop-de-doo or something. I don't know what they're looking for. What they need, if you're not watching the difficulties of her shots and what she's doing to even, you know, get the score, it be lighting us up. We see it. Let's see SoCal, who challenges UCLA in a conference. Who could challenge them? They got Maryland 7th, and we got Ohio State 11, and we got Michigan State 17th, Michigan 20. These are going to be all games that are going to challenge them. Nebraska's in the top 25. Those are all teams that, like, depending on how you play, right before you play a team like USC, who kind of has your number, um, I think the conference will wear them down enough for somebody like that I named on there to give them a really close game. Um, Pepper is far remember. Besides, so okay, Juju doesn't have to be entertaining to drop. She doesn't. I thought it was kind of entertaining to do what she does, but it's that old white man can't jump syndrome. Cats would rather be pretty when scoring than just putting the ball in hoop. Just put the goddamn ball in the hoop, bro. Like exactly. Like I love her Euro. I don't think anybody Euro step throughs better than her. Um, Something about the Oregon court, she likes to shoot 25, 27 footers. I see her do that a lot. She made a half court shot last year. And then when she makes the half court, she made a half court shot against Iowa Iowa State. She made a like logo shot on the corner, not really the corner, half court logo shot against Oregon that put it up there. That's not enough. It's like, but who wants to sit up there and be throwing, shooting shots like that constantly? Like, I mean, I don't even think what's her name? Clark did that all the time. She can shoot 25, 27 footers. What do you think, Don? Why what do I think Don not developing guard? I think it's just like I shoot bumping gums to hear themselves talk. Okay. and and they're like, okay, what guard does she have in she has guards in the league, but what like what guard is one? I imagine they mean like a WNBA. What happens when they go pro? Like, do you have any Olympians? Do you have any guards that are Olympians? Do you have any guards that are WNBA champs? Some of the first team WNBA players, like who from South Carolina do you have that she's developed? Um, and we know the ones that didn't that don't make it. She's like kind of known for her bigs. And so they talk, they feel like she gets a lot of 5-star guards, puts them in a system, doesn't necessarily allow them to shine. And if you're upset that you're not getting playing time, then you you know too bad. Like I got another one that can come in. People, and then I read somewhere like, oh, well, Maddie's playing more than Malaysia. How did Maddie? They're two different positions, but and she has to prepare Maddie, I think, for next year because of Pow Pow leaving. I like Maddie now that I've watched her because I feel like she doesn't make a lot of turnovers. She's quick. She gets them balanced out. Like she's really smart. Like they actually seem to respond well to her when they need to balance out after the ball gets swung around and things get kind of chaotic. Alicia Gray isn't a point guard, but she plays a 2 and a 3. Okay. So developing bigs isn't enough. Well, I think because she was a guard, but um she's had some top guards leave, but I think they feel like Malaysia, you should be playing more and starting, and you're getting buried in there. Zaya Cook is lost in LA. Henderson is in and out of the W. Not sure why. Not sure why. I had a friend give me the theory on that. Can you guys wait one second? This is hospital caller. Hold on. So yeah, Ty Harris from Connecticut. Um, Tiffany Mitchell. Tiffany Mitchell suffered, and I knew it. I had to keep it on ice when I knew it, but she already made the announcement about her life-threatening near-death experience due to sepsis disease. I think Connecticut would love to hold on to her. I think she was left unprotected, but wasn't picked up by the Vouch. And also, I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of keeping her, or will she go overseas? You know what I'm saying? But she's back healthy, praise God. So that's a good thing. Um, I mean, she has guards that make it to the league. She has some that make it and some don't. You got Saxton, Leticia, Amir. They're not guards, but there's other players that haven't been as successful as the bigs have been. Now, SC has to have the best bigs and the best guards in the W. I thought y'all were sick of having SC in your face every day. Yeah, I guess that's what I would say. I think it was more is Malaysia. I think that was the argument of why she should transfer for some people. FMIU, she need that multi touch. She need that multi touch. What's she? She need that multi touch. Gamecocks forever, overblowing shit out of proportion. We get the bigs, but that ain't no Guardville Daycare Center. Why should you be running that mouth? Why should you funny? Okay, it's 11:35. I got 22 in the chat. On your way out, before you leave, please click the like button for me. If you're here for the first time and you're new and you haven't introduced yourself, say hello. I can see the comments. I think still after the show is over, I'd love to interact with you, get to know you, invite you to my cave to pull up, bring BYOB, come back, join us. Let's really trying to find a following as strong as I see the SC people have for USC. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification. I'm doing my best to try to like put out more content, make a video. I really want to get at talking over highlights or something like that. That's my goal. I would like that. For those of you that can't catch the Big Ten games, because I'm understanding that sometimes you're not subscribed. I know when I subscribed it was free until next year it will be $89, but I kind of have a feeling that I paid $89 for next year and not this year. It was something weird going on, but might as well. Let me hear the MJ. Might as well get drafted to the W as a multiple time Natty winner. At FM, I'm glad you said it. Lay rise on her emotion. Can better get in her head when we play. Oh, okay. I mean, there's all kind of theories of what LSU is going to need, and when it gets closer to that time, I know it's going to be one hell of a show on Test Talk Sports when LSU plays LSU. I think they're looking for to get back, just like I think we're looking for to get back against UConn. We're looking for to continue to dominate UCLA, but I'm also looking forward to any game that, since it's our first time in the Big Ten Conference, I'm looking forward to any game that they play. And I hope that we do well. I'm really, really, really looking forward to Kennedy coming back. Even when she does come back, if she doesn't make an impact as soon as she gets back, I need her to be around for when it matters. Come February, come March. It's always a show when LSU and SC play. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be CSS and the chat go off and watch. You need to show up. Don't fade. Come and watch the show. Stand on business. With LSU, Coach Rowe will probably be there, but it's gonna be great. It's always a show. Okay, LSU play 16-year losing streak. Might as well say spoon. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be really crazy. Just show up. It's like, it is what it is. Juju stands on. I stand on business. Like whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I know. I right. It's a stone cold gas. Have a good time. All that stuff, right? Like I really do. Like Like if I feel that I'm looking at my team and I'm doing an eye test and I'm like, God, we is not ready, like for X, Y, and Z. Like I'm gonna tell you, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. But I'm always gonna stand on business with Juju, no matter what, because I know her ability and her talent. I've seen it before. I know what's there, and I know what potential that she hasn't yet reached. Um, with her, you're gonna be sick of her in a couple of years. You're gonna be sick of her. But I'm watching what she's doing with um breaking records that people are really not. She's like with especially with USC records. She's tied for the most 40-point games with just two other USC greats, and she just needs. And I know she'll get that record soon. And then she's got the fastest to 30 point games ahead of Clark. All of those things. I really didn't know, honestly. I really didn't know if Juju, because of the fact that she had so much offense around her. I didn't know that she, really could break Caitlin's scoring record of 4,000. She's gonna have to go to post play to do that, I think. But I didn't even know that she was really that close and on pace. Because I thought that 4,000 points that Clark scored, I didn't think that would be broken for a while. I didn't know that it would be possible for Juju to do, but apparently she's on track. So that's what I'm paying attention to as well. And I'm glad that her season won't be over just with college basketball. That we get to see these great players: Hannah, Juju, Paige, Flaw, Michaela, um, and all of them, all bets, all of them that are coming um, out of the classes. The last three classes are going to make a splash in the WNBA. So I'm looking forward to that. Good for her. She did say Kim got her preferred for the WNBA. Hence, she didn't cave after Sedona ass got posterized. Thanks, Smokey. Got that dog in her out. Who was a better guard than Alexis Morris for Moki? For the LSU, on LSU, and as a point guard. I mean, she hasn't been there that long at LSU. I want Moki great guard. I mean, great guard list. If you do, it'd be fair to look at Moki from Baylor on. I think you should don't just look at LSU. She's only been there 3 years, I think. HVL was a player in Louisville. Yeah, HVL averaged 19 points, some assists, and then at LSU she averaged 11 point something, and then now she's averaging 19. She had 23 yesterday, so she stood on business enough to get a good look see for the W for sure. Um, I think HVL was that player in Louisville, same as what you see in TCU. LSU, yeah. LSU was not for HVL, not on that level. I think she took away grit. I think she learned a new position that primed her for the next level. That it didn't translate like immediately in her first year of playing it, but it sure has translated over to this year in the system that she's in. Yeah, Simone Augustus, LSU. But I don't know. I mean, are we just talking about guards? But Moki didn't coach her. I think they're saying like who has the Moki developed other than like Odyssey Sims or something. I remember Odyssey Sims. I mean, Tamika Johnson wasn't bad, uh, but she wasn't Moki, so never mind. Right. Simone Augustus played at LSU, not for Moki. Right. 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 I mean, LSU has had guards. They've had great players, but the ones that have played under Moki. So like I said, it's not fair to like look at it right now, but overall, look at her like teaspoon, but she's assistant coach. But look at her from Baylor and LSU, and then we could talk about like what guards that did she develop and that have been under her, performed well for her, made to the final four or top or championship and played for the championship. Because I think Simone Augustus obviously doesn't play for her, but she played for a championship against Tennessee. She been at LSU for a second. Um, Moki, what is it going on her fourth year? I think third year or fourth year. because the year that she won, that was only her second year. I thought Kim elevated HBO regardless. I think she did. Dejanay Carrington, yeah, yeah. So when you say guards, that means it don't matter. We're not just talking about point guards. We're talking about guards, period. Yeah. Dejanay Carrington is her product. I don't know what off the top of hand. I can't remember everybody yet. As well as I should be able to, but I know there's some more um that came out of Baylor and LSU. They're still playing in the league and making an impact. No, you're right, Juju. Point guard. So Dejanay is not included in that. Okay, point guard. Okay. Uh, yeah, point guards. Dang. Because she had Odyssey so long in that. Let's not forget WNBA looking into great point guards. Period. They lacking, and yeah, they lacking. Yeah, they are lacking. And then the fact that everybody went like positionless and combo-ish, so it's kind of like, you know, what can we really say about that? If you look at Moki developed a lot of bigs too, not a bunch of guards. Yeah. Who are the great Moki W point guards? Point guards. Let's see if I can get an answer here. I mean, you know, Teresa was kind of under her. Let's see. Because I just got to look at the Baylor team and kind of pull from there. Coach Pokey Chapman says, "See, Baylor's Kim Roberts could think the game very well." Hmm. I can't get that answer right off the top, but we need to look that up. In fact, Kim as well allow growth in that position. She does. Stop moving the goalpost. Great point guard list, please. We really gonna say Spoon? Well, she was assistant. I'm sure she had a lot to do with her. If they don't come off your tongue, they're not great. It's not as easy to find Moki guards in a W, is it? But post, she ain't been her since LSU dropped that dumb list for an award, then leave Don alone. Well, BG is that's her big. Tamika Johnson. I always tell you guys about Tamika Johnson, but you guys don't remember her. I remember Tamika Johnson at LSU, but I think that was under Pokey Chapman for LSU. That's not under Moki. These are the guards, that I remember at LSU. And then I only remember Odyssey. And I think there was somebody next to Odyssey. I don't know why. I can't remember. It was like a tandem at LSU. Um, and I want to say the name to see if y'all remember who played, but that's not a point guard. Yeah, I can't find Monkey's greatest. Well, it wasn't really the chat that said it. It wasn't a chat, MJ. It was like um I was mentioning something that like you guys said, like on Twitter, that coming after coming after people. I thought I got in a discussion with a friend of mine who coached AAU in Georgia and knows a lot of the people that you guys really like. Remember knowing Raven since she was a little girl, try to Diamond Seals to try to recruit Talia Cooper to her AAU team, and we talked about that. And I just said I felt Notre Dame is like guard university, and she's like, I don't think so. And I was like, why not? Like, I think, come on now, like they produce a lot of guards that are still playing today. Don Stelio Award, right? This guard development thing ain't what USC about. Simone gonna carry on after Moki. Yeah. Hell, if you want to go way back to LSU guards, you can name Joyce Walker. There you go. They wanted me to name point guard. Watch you Moki coach at LSU and Baylor. So go, my Juju, this shows how neglected the point guard position has been and why it's not many elite point guard. Yeah, it does. And then it also kind of just tells me that, like I've been saying, this is like combo guards, but it's positional as basketball. I don't think it's going to be that like straight down the middle setup type stuff no more. Floor generalist stuff. Moki been head coach since 1996, so that name should be just firing off in the chat. Notre Dame been consistent for sure, while others went for bigs. Yep. Here's a question: which guard was the last guard to win an MVP in the tourney? Take your time. A guard? What guard? What? Any kind of guard? Any type of guard, or not just point guard to win the MVP in the tournament? Diana Taurasi? You talking about? Well, I think the big tournament. I think we don't say MJ talking about the big tournament. Was my more guard or forward? Any kind of guard? Okay. Diana Taurasi? Oh, which one is it? What guard won the what guard in an NCAA finals? In an NCAA finals? Has won an MVP besides who I said? Swoops? Taurasi? Bird? Enrique? Oh, Enrique comes to mind. 2018. That's Notre Dame. That's what I said. That they produce the best guards. Who is it? Who is it, MJ? It's not Enrique or DP. Nobody got. I mean, nobody got it unless they look it up. Who is it, MJ? Because it's got to be Enrique or DT. Winning the finals. I remember Texas A&M. It wasn't her. I remember that big girl from Texas A&M. I lost my lead. Oh, okay. If what you on about? Don has nobody in that department. Kim does. What you on? Y'all crazy. Cause I think them awards been going um, towards bigs. since then. It gotta be something like Enrique, if it ain't DT and or swoops or something. Or shoot, if that was a crack, you need to translate it because I don't understand. Saying guards have better development under Kim than Don shouldn't be controversial. Yeah, it's kind of that's what I was saying. Maya Moore, but you if Enrique I didn't know that Maya was a guard, but I said her, but I thought Enrique was a finalist MVP. But when I think about Maya Moore, I didn't know that she was a guard, but I thought of her at UConn for sure. This is the point. It doesn't matter. Wow, Maya was a guard. That's crazy. I thought she was a small forward. She's a shooting guard and small. Yeah, she's kind of like a slash, like a slash. But come on now, what about Enrique? But you can't name Moki's great point guard, so you make claims with no evidence. Okay, that's the point. I had to go that further back to find a guard that led their team to the Natty, that led their team to the most guards beat, outshined by the four. Like Odyssey is outshined because of BG or outshined by a forward or something like that. Okay, outshined by a guard or forward most times. Developing guards for the W is one thing, but it doesn't move the needle as much as bigs do when it comes to Natty. I think I was more or less looking at when I think of a coach and I want to and I'm a guard, where am I going to, get developed to who's going to develop me um the best to get me to where I want to go in the league and stay in the league and be effective in the league, you know, between the two. Whose guard still playing in the league after coming out from being coached by a current college coach. Now, if y'all don't know this, Moki was the best floor general and for years until Don came along. And then Don came along. And then, people generations, forgot about Moki. So it was like, you know, it was Don Staley, hence the Don Staley Award. That was one thing, but it doesn't move the needle as much as bigs do when it comes to the Natties. Mine more a hybrid guard. Well, look at UConn. They have a ton of guards, but the bigs are the ones that have the most accolades outside of DT. But primary shooting guard able to play shooting forward. Rebecca Lobo, Stewie, DT, Tina Charles, MJ Lover goes to show having an elite point guard ain't no joke. Tell me. But see, what Moki has over Don is Moki's won multiple championships as a player, and as Don has gotten to the Natty a few times, but couldn't win. Moki was a solid point guard, but she was not the star of the team. That's why people forget how playing. Why? Why isn't she the star of the team? Why would you say that? Without her, Deborah Rodman and Janice Lawrence and all them wouldn't have been who they are. She was the star of the team, but guards don't get the MVP in the Natties. Okay, I hear you. Run that like up for me, please. And if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button for me. I would like to see you guys, come back and we can continue on. But guards don't get the MVP. It's the bigs that carry the team and the turning. That's why most of them are getting the MVPs. Well, Shell Miller carried our team, and she wasn't a big. She's just a forward. Um, one more than Donna. FM, one more than Don. One more Natty than Don. Case closed. Now help us finish the debate about the bigs and the guards. Guards are more important, but the bigs are what win the Natties. Yeah, that's a conversation right there. That's a big time. I don't care if it's 50 years ago. It doesn't matter how long ago these awards are in they though. Like 30, I hate when you guys do that, like 40, 30, 20. It doesn't matter how long ago it is because if you haven't seen anything, like that since look at Charlotte Smith. I was talking about earlier for North Carolina. She was a dunker. She dunked. She won the Natty for North Carolina. Um, Excellent player. Um, Ivy Lotta was amazing for North Carolina too. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Bobbitt won uh, with Tennessee. Well, Kenneth Park is there, and Kenneth is a forward, so it's not just like a center at all. Like Sylvia, what's her name? Fowles was second in the draft to Candace Parker. It's mostly forwards that kind of like get you there. You have some bigs like BG and it wasn't no Rebecca Lobo in Boston, Asia. Um, but during DT's time, it was like Big Mama and Ruth Riley, stuff like that. You know, will the Sky get Miles? I don't know. I kind of had chose Olivia Miles to go to the Sky. The game has changed massively. Yeah, it was that was what Cheryl did. It was like kind of like what you were saying, with the big centers and stuff like that were like dominating and stuff like Ann Donovan from Old Dominion. You know what I'm saying? Carol Blazowski. And then you had like Janice Lawrence from Louisiana Tech, and then boom, here comes Cheryl Miller for 3 years. You know, and then you start moving in out. Then you start even in Tennessee. You had Nikki Anasicki. She was like, and Tiffany Johnson, but she wasn't like Tiffany. We started moving away from a big dominant. To me, big centers dominating the game because we was getting up and down the court, so fast. Georgia, Auburn, Andy Landers and all of them. It began to be like, and not until Brittany Griner came that we like, oh, here we go with the big centers again. That we started to really pay attention to centers again. The game changed. The point guard position now more important than ever. Cheryl Miller is the best ball player in her family. That's cool. Miller was a beast. She was a beast. She is cool people. I love Cheryl. She's cool people. Crazy, but she cool. And that is why PGs have not won the MVP in years. Kim middle name is Dwayne. It is. They were lacking due to neglect, and hence no elite point guard except for a handful. Yeah, that's why we only name we don't name a whole lot of point guards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because you look at who the best point guard is. All you got to do is go through, start with the Olympics, and then go through and look at who was the point guard for the Olympics that year. That pretty much was going to be the best player in college basketball. That was the best player, in college basketball. So like to say like 1984, I think 84, it was Kim Mulkey. I think 88 was Kim Mulkey, and then 1992, Nell Partner and them, they messed up. They played this type of game where they would put 5 in a quarter, like 5, but these 5 play this first quarter, 5 play the second quarter, 5 play the third quarter, and so on. And so like people like Teresa Edwards and Katrina McClain, they couldn't make up that difference in 1992. So, I think Cynthia Cooper was on that team too. They got the bronze, and then 1996, Tara Vanderbilt came over with the concept of traveling around, staying together for 1 year to make this team in order for us to get this WNBA league. And she wasn't having it. So you got Ruthie Bolton, also Nikki McCray was on the team, but she wasn't the dominant guard at the time. And so at the time, Ruthie Bolton was like the point guard. She was like the superstar. So was Teresa Edwards. And so, and then after 96, then we had Dawn. Then we had the Dawn era, Dawn Staley era. And then from Dawn passed the baton to Sue. And then we had Sue. So she was the best player, best point guard in history, guys. That's how it kind of went. It really was like Kim to Dawn to Sue. And now Sue to Chelsea. And then it'll be Chelsea to Clark, so to speak. Probably Caitlin. Unless they want Paige to be the point. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be super. Hannah could even be. It's gonna be crazy when the Olympics in LA. It's gonna be crazy for that guard spot. Absolutely nuts. But you know we ain't gonna ignore my girl because it's gonna be in her hometown. But it's gonna be nuts for that position. I want to leave Clark off, but whatever. You know that ain't gonna happen. Real coaches know the guards stabilize the team. That's why good coaches yell at the point guards more than they do anyone else. Yeah. Well, I shoot big Moki point guard list Teresa Witherspoon between 96 till today. I know people like flashing the cigars, but bigs win titles, and that's why Moki and Dawn have multiple. Yeah, that's not true. People acknowledge Dawn greatness, even ops, but everyone has flaws. Ops can't even debate. Why try to find flaws in players and coaches that have achieved some? I don't know. That's what I'm really like. You see me getting upset, MJ. Like you even feel it, and you bring it to my attention. Trust me, I see it. Trust me, I see what they say about Juju and Dawn and Hannah. I see. All of that. It's like, why do they watch the game? To pick out flaws. I don't know. I'm trying to think, do I do that? Like I look at things to critique that to help them become better, but they sit out there and just tear down players for no reason. And I just don't understand that. I'm like, yeah, well, she's good, but she's good at this and she's going to be great. Let her cook. Not saying that she's better than yet. We're talking about, do you see the potential? Do you see her cooking? Do you see that at this age, compared to this, they'll show me the categories that Clark is ahead of Juju, but then you'll have the category, but then they don't talk about the categories that Juju is overcoming. It's like, why can't we just talk about the greatness of what we're looking at for all of these ladies and where this game is going? I just want to hear something positive. It's just so disturbing. Like somebody is trying to take Clark's shine. And when we talk about Clark, we're paying homage to her greatness and saying here's a record that we need to go after. Here's a record that we want to go after to break. Like with UConn, like they had a long win streak. So then when Carolina was going on a long win streak, we're rooting them on to see, because records are made to be broken. So we want to see Carolina compare them to those great UConn teams that had those 38 wins and stuff like that. Goodness. FM, we already said Spoon a decade ago. Juju, you're a ray of sunshine. But the reason for the critique of Dawn is to discredit Dawn's success, and that doesn't fly. It doesn't. Exactly. And it's so annoying. FM, that's how it works, pointing each other's flaw. Okay, in a way, but not to discredit or take from in a way that's really damaging, and discrediting what's been achieved is nuts to me. I mean, if I'm Juju, I'm gonna break the scoring record, or I'm gonna break the record of Clark. By me discrediting Clark, it's like, then what's the big deal of me breaking a record? Like, what's the I gotta pay respect to the person that I'm beating in order for me, or else don't talk about them. Give them some kind of recognition. And they're like two different kind of players. But the reason for that doesn't fly. Okay. FM said that's how it works. Point each other. People that love who congratulate more than they point out flaws. More like knowing what makes them great. The flaws show themselves naturally. Yeah, they do. You got a flashlight to find flaws. I've got one too, homie. Right. And that's how I end up getting into it. Because then it's like, oh, you want to talk about this flaw? And then I'm going to talk about this flaw. And then they start talking about this flaw. Then I got to start talking about this flaw. And then that's how we ended in the banner and the debates and stuff like that. And it's cool until it's not cool. And don't lie. Washu. That's all they're saying. Don't lie. Don't lie when you bring it up. Come with facts, because there's a lot of people, really smart people in here that know their history. They do their research. They come with facts. I come off at the top of my head sometimes. Now I have to stop and start looking, because I got people in here be like, no, Jude, and then I'm like, oh, shoot. Because there's gaps in my time that I stopped watching the game. But it's just like when I go back to soap operas. If I go back to watching General Hospital, I can get right back to where I was seeing some of the older characters and what their storyline was. There may be just a little bit that I missed, and I can get right back into it again. And that's how I do with basketball. I get right back, on track and to where everything is at, based on me knowing and having a reference of history and what I've seen over the years. So I mean, I could sit up here and talk about, I know some players that I know personally from the past that are better than players currently. And then I'm seeing some special things with some players now that, like when I look at the game as a whole, the game moves a lot slower. Because back in my day, we just had one or two, maybe three, maybe one or two here and there, one player that can win a championship. But guess what, guys? They didn't even have, one of my friends reminded me, we didn't even play as many games as it takes now to get to the Final Four and the finals. It wasn't even that many games. I hope I'll bring her on. Maybe she can break that down to you guys when she played for Long Beach. Instead, stop knocking on Kim and congratulate her on being a good guard developer. You're acting as if you don't know how fans be about their team. This is sports, comparisons occur. Yeah. FM, the fuck? You gonna get me pissed light about what? 105-4 with 2 natties and 6 seasons. Gotta look real hard for flaws. 5 Coach of the Year awards. 4 years. Shit. Even Jenna was not perfect. Stop being sensitive about being scrutinized. Not even close. Way less games. Way less teams too. I mean, I just think we need to give credit to Kim and to no, I don't hope no one's discrediting Kim Mulkey, because I think she's not only was a great player on a great team, but she's also been a winning coach. Or else, if I thought my coach was a better coach, I wouldn't even get in an argument with anybody, because I would know that it's not even a comparison. I would just shut up. But you all are comparing everything, because you do respect Mulkey and you do respect Don. Yeah, but haven't heard Geno scrutiny in a while and hasn't won in years. Yeah, he hasn't won in about 8 years. Yeah, but you make a statement that Mulkey is better developer, but you provided one name of a great point guard. I didn't say that. I wondered, like, why doesn't her guard stay longer in the league? Or I personally said that. But I didn't say that Mulkey was a better developer. For me, I know you guys are not talking to me, but I'm just telling you. Yeah, but I haven't heard Geno scrutiny in a while. It hasn't in years. Yeah, but make a statement that Mulkey is better. The game growing in a good direction, though. These up and coming freshmen prove it. You ain't lying. That FM, that part. Yeah, I got to agree with that. The game is going in a better direction. Like when I can look at a team and I can name like 4 of your players off the top, or even 5, or I know the names of your whole starting 5. I couldn't do that. I could only do that against for top teams. Now I'm looking at teams and I can name like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. I start naming people down the bench. When I start doing that, I know this game has developed. I'm the first year of the NCAA out of AIAW to be able to tell you this game has freaking grown. It's been 40 years. You're right. It's about time, but it takes time to get to where we're at. It takes all the AAU, all the traveling teams that were created, all the resources that go into USA Basketball, all the camps, all the visuals that these young kids have a chance to see. Like I had to sit and wait for Easter just to see the Final Four. I couldn't even see unless I got a chance to come to a regional game or 16 game that might be on the West Coast. I couldn't even see anything until really like buried under somewhere before it was shown, before I was around before ESPN was a thing. So, they got a chance to see the, greatness. So I'm excited. Like I just get excited about it. I get excited about the debating, and I do have to bring up the history so you guys can see what you're looking at and why these awards were named after these players from the past, because that's what you do, and that was the greatness that was going on. They were like leaps and bounds more athletic than a lot of these players that they were playing against. So let's wait for the next season draft. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be so wild. The next 2027, it's gonna be sick. I'm gonna be over here sick. The LSU Stanford game was good. Oh man, it was so good, Mo. So good. It's called UConn Mafia for a reason. Gino not being scrutinized by the mainstream. That mean, but he faced a lot though. Gino, we got sick of him. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be so mad at to the point where Pat, you could tell she didn't want to even shake his hand. Like that whole thing when the mantle was being shifted for Tennessee to take the mantle from away, they had to take it away. I just got the satisfaction of seeing Candace go into UConn and dunk on him. That's all I know, because he was so arrogant and so brash and so disrespectful for the game. It just made me so mad at him. Yeah, wow, dude, you've been years in the making. That man, it's been but it went by fast though, because there's a whole lot of action, that went on in between. A lot of teams you guys don't even really talk about that really made some really good Final Four games. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good games. Other than the top teams you guys named, there were other teams. Haven't seen anything close to Geno scrutiny in the chat channels we're in. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. 11 chips and snatching Summit Chain does that. He dominated for so long. People forget he ain't won shit since 2016. Yeah. Mostly because Geno used to disrespect Pat. He did back in the day on off the court. That's why some people don't like him. UConn Mafia, Italian Mafia, Rico, since 2016. So I'm they got him. They got clips, like fake stuff about Geno talking trash to Paige right now. And if he is from player to coach, that's his style. Like even Angel said that. You know what Coach Smokey told Angel? Angel said on the podcast, check out the podcast from the Ball brothers. It's good. She, after the loss to the Gamecocks, the first time in conference play, I think Angel had like 4 rebounds or something. She told her in the locker room in front of everybody, we lost this game because of you had 4 rebounds. Like that's the kind of stuff, she says. And Angel was like, yeah, that hurt her. But that's how she talked. She said at first she didn't really know how to process that or handle Monkey with that. But then later, as she got older and it's a lot of things that I don't think Don could say. My friend knows Don told me that. There's a lot of things that she wants to say. We even talked about the reason why Fuwali didn't get put back, or she got offered to come back in the game, but she got taken out of the game. A lot of it is for her protection, to be honest with you. But it's not something that Fuwali's mature enough probably to handle or understand right now. I think when I saw her play there, and you guys could disagree, but I didn't think her head was there. Her hands were down on defense. She just kind of was emotional, got upset about. I mean, she just wasn't like Fuwali. And I think if you leave her in there, you can break her spirit and break her confidence. And it was a sort of a protection. Same reason why you left HBL on Clark and not Flau'jae, because that the same way we're talking about HBL over a year ago of this happening, if that was Clark doing that to Flage, that could affect her, her her stock and her game this year. Sometimes coaches do things like that for your protection, but it looks like they're humbling you or they're punishing you or disciplining you, and it isn't. It's really for your protection, but you don't understand that until years later. They can't tell you why they do that because you're not ready to hear it. Tennessee humbled in 2008. Little did we know it was the end of the dynasty. I know. I got smoke for UConn too, but it's the LSU and Iowa minions barking and not biting. That's the focus right now. Okay. It's the LSU and Iowa minions. Okay. Iowa got one generational player in their entire history. Why would we even bother? They kind of had Jackie Styles too. I think Jackie Styles was from there. So check that out. Check her story out. They got a story about Jackie Styles. So I wasn't the first time I'd ever seen anybody like Clark before. So, and then also I knew the black players. I hate to say it, they were mostly black when Coach Stringer was there in the '90s. So I did root for Iowa when they had these girls from the '90s, and then I just forgot all about Iowa until I'm hearing of Clark. So I don't really know them as the predominantly white team that they are. That they were talking about that and something that she said in the huddle. I was led to believe that she was like trying to boost, try to in the huddle when they checked her. I thought, check it, Washu, check it. I really like that team when Vivian Stringer was there. I had a scholarship offer to her back there, but I was gonna try to walk on her team then. But so basically, what I'm saying is Coach Jan Jensen said, yeah, they're faster, they're stronger, they're bigger, they're more athletic. But hey, they led us to believe that she said, and we're smarter. So let's, blah, blah, blah. I don't think she said we're smarter. So black people were like, but I think whatever she said, it was implied. And Adrian Ross, this content creator, was like, yeah, we're unhealed. We're looking for always and insecure. And then we're always looking for, black people are always looking for the racism in whatever goes on with a obviously predominantly white Iowa. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's just that. I think that it's always been implied that we're not smart. We're not we don't believe, play the game mentally. We're just more athletic. We're just more bigger. We're just more faster as black people. And then Dawn gets a lot of scrutiny because her team is majority black. But I never hear anybody scrutinize a team that's majority white. So I don't get what the big deal is, who this recruiting or how the team looks per se, or like USC, we're very diverse in culture, but we're like that in LA anyway. So it's like, I don't know. LSU gonna produce for a long time these recruits drawn to the place. Yeah, GG, I will check it. U.S. coach Law played at Iowa. Jolette did. Jolette Law played for Iowa. She might have played. I think she played for Vivian Stringer. If I'm not, that's good. Point out on that. Jensen said so weird stuff when she was in the mic up in the game against Tennessee. Yeah, they're talking about that right now. Like, what is she talking about? And then this black woman commentator, Adrian Ross, she tried to act like we're being, for you to say it was weird stuff, like she thinks that black folk out here are being too sensitive. That you say whatever you got to say to inspire your team, but it wasn't like anything. You said weird, so that's cool. You didn't think it's not a racist, and all this stuff. She boosted them, but some wanted to race bait. That race bait. I was on Juju's Live when it happened. Yeah, race bait. And it's crazy because when I'm watching the game, I can't hear what you guys are hearing. So you didn't tell me what you. The only thing said was the words blue collar, meaning Tennessee fell off from being what they were. That was weird. Yeah, that does sound. What's she talking about? Like blue collar. That. Why would she say that? Yeah, it's just stuff like that going around, y'all. That I don't know. It's not. Watch Political Lil show. I think she's gonna get deeper and diver in this. I have opinions about it because I experienced certain things that I actually, can say that I is experienced, and I actually lived through. Um, a coach not from my school, but there was a lot of bias and racism that went on in the sport, guys. I hate to say it, that it'd come out like a lot of my friends want to come that experience certain stuff, but it's hard for them. Like some of them are in the Hall of Fame, some of them of their colleges like UCLA and Long Beach and stuff, and they can't really say certain things that I wish we could go into, like they say the pantheon, or what is that thing you guys have, where you can hear them really tell you what was happening behind the scenes of a lot of stuff. um you'd be surprised, of the truth behind what was happening back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So, not about us being jealous or envious of the youngsters now, what they got. It's just a matter of like there's a lot of stuff that we experience that a lot of players don't have to experience now. But when we see its rearing its ugly head, we're gonna call it out. The only thing said was, okay, I think it's Iowa top because Blue Collar is a team for big business, etc., corporate, and Lisa Bluter is the opposite of anything racist. Okay. Juju played with the great Cheryl Miller and Sid Cooper. I didn't get to play against them. I mean, when I say like maybe like pickup ball or something like that, but I played in the era. That was my era. I'm down. I was up the way at playing at the same time at CSUN, while down the hill we got and friends that played at UCLA and then USC and then even Long Beach. So those were some great games that I got to see in person and watch these players in person and get to know them later. But I mean, I was doing two sports, so if I had to focus on one, then I know I could like. They were even like, "Why are you playing Division 2, not Division 1?" Because I chose to play two sports. WashU, and then I came from a small area where I didn't get it much exposure. Go into my live. I mean, in my thing, you can hear the Hall of Fame introduction to my Hall of Fame speech, and then you can understand a little bit better of the time that I came out. I don't know if you guys ever clicked on that. I don't know if it's showing up um, on the YouTube. Jensen complained about the transfer portal, yet her best players. She complained about the transfer portal, but yet her best player is out of the transfer player a portal. She says a ton of weird stuff. That is weird. Let me tell you, man. I wish we had a transfer portal because, man, like they wouldn't even look at you. Certain top colleges wouldn't even look at you. Like even Diana Taurasi was like, Tara overlooked her. She's like, I didn't know the grades get in there. All that kind of stuff. It's kind of and some people was getting benched or, had to transfer. I had friends that got transferred who got scholarship. I got two players from California, Linda Watson and Jackie White, that went to LSU, got the hell out of LSU, did not like Sue Gunter. Got the hell out of there. Did not like. I said, why did you leave LSU? What was up that? Oh, the coach. Didn't want nothing to do with that coach. Sue Gunter. California, we did not get along with y'all coach at LSU. Sue Gunter. Remember Jansen being in a women's hoops for a long time? She's been in it a long time. Most women, black or white, in women's hoops don't look at each other the way the fans do with race in their head. They go way back. She saw that Iowa has top recruits coming and wants to keep them. I like the portal. I think the portal saves a lot of players a lot of mental stress and heartache, because if you don't want to deal with, but then I think MJ pointed out, like, you got, what happens when you get out the portal and you're not picked up? I want to know what happens to this player. So what do? You just don't play anywhere? Do you get to go back down a level, or you go to Division 2 or junior college? I don't know. Some people would do that. They would leave a D1 program, play a year at junior college, and then get picked back up again. But I don't think I would leave. I think you have a certain window where if you get in the portal, and you're not picked up, you get to go back to the school. Now, I don't know how that would look if you go back to the school you just try to get out and go to Portal 4. So I don't think we looked at race other than if we saw WashU favoritism, or we saw an issue with a player of a different race that we're better than, and that player is playing above you. That was a big deal all the time. She saw that Iowa was top recruits coming in. She wanted to stay with it. All right, I've been on this for a while, but thank you all. I got 21 in the. I hope I got 21 likes, y'all. Can you just tap, or tap. It's on your TV. Scroll to the right, look to the right, hit that button, and then hit the thumbs up. Hit the notification button. I know I don't come on here much except for Set Stock Sport. Hit the notification button. I do every morning. Set Stock Sports Check Ball We Up. With Sets on Wednesday, we do timeout. We talk about middle of the week stuff. I need to make some more videos. Thank you, FM. Hit that button, y'all. Appreciate you spending your time with me. Y'all are great. Y'all are lively. I love conversating with you guys. You're amazing. Check out my Instagram page. I got photos in there. Tell a story. I got a Facebook page. Hit that too. Just stick with me, y'all. Bring some more USC fans in here, so we can get a family, so we can get a tribe together, because it's about to get funky, y'all. We gonna be playing UConn pretty soon, and Lord have mercy, I need you guys to hold me up, because I don't know if I got the squad, but I do know I got Juju Watkins, and I do know I got Kiki, and I do know I got Avery Smith, Aaliyah Samuel, Kelly Heckle, Rhea Marshall, Ryan Forstier, Dominique Dawes, not Dominique Dawes, I do that every time. I think it's Alexander, Aaliyah Gales, Akawafu Clarice, Viv Akawachu. And if I've forgotten anybody, Brooklyn Shambles, I apologize, but all hail to the Trojans. Let's go. I'm out.